Hey everybody, I wanted to just give you another thought of the day. Sorry it's been a few days. I've had a few things going on with my own school, but also with getting ready to have the sermon recorded. We recorded it actually Friday to be put up on YouTube this morning. But I wanted to talk to you about something that I've been learning this week from my school. It's this idea of something that's called optimistic brokenness. I know many of us have, and I know I have struggled with like how to define what Christianity really is and how we live it, and because there's all kinds of different concepts in there that make it kind of confusing about living really well for Jesus, living on fire for Him, living in ways that where we live in obedience, we do things correctly, or hey, you're pretty messed up, but just kind of deal with it. It's fine, be as messed up as you are. But I like the way that this term came out in one of my books I'm reading for school. And it's the idea that, yes, we are broken people because of the fall, because we have a sin nature. We are broken. We are messed up people. And we are desperately in need of help from our brokenness. Like, we can't fix this problem ourselves. And anytime we try and fix it ourselves and make it work for us, or if we try and come up with some sort of list of rules or like duties, I got to go to church, I got to read my Bible this much, I got to go to youth group this much, all of those things just will not work. But then so the brokenness idea is recognizing that completely in of ourselves, there's nothing that we can do to make ourselves right with God. We can't fix our issues, and we can't not even just make ourselves right with God, but even just better people. Like, if we want, like, one of our things we always want to talk about is how to be a better person. That's something that's in our culture. And what the gospel actually says is you can't do that on your own. You can't just make yourself a better person. You desperately need, and I need, Jesus to come in and change us so that we will be better people than what we are, and that He would change us from the inside out. And so that's where the optimistic piece comes in, is that we actually have this hope. We have this belief that God isn't going to just leave us there. God isn't going to ignore us. God isn't going to look down on us and say, they've messed up too much this time, I'm just going to give up on them. But He actually wants to work. So it's this idea of saying, you can even put it this way of, God accepts me where I'm at, that I'm broken. I have sin nature. I have issues, but that there's some optimism there because of the fact that we know that God is working in us, that God has not abandoned us, that God is continuing to always work despite whatever else might be going on in our lives and how distracted we might be. So one of the things I really want you guys to be thinking about while you're on this break is to think about how this brokenness has affected you. How, if you look at the fact that you have, made mistakes in your life that you didn't know you were going to make, 3 or 4 years ago, or you messed up in ways that you look at yourself and say, wow, I truly am broken. But then look at yourself and see that, yeah, there's a hope and there's a plan for it. So to have that in your mindset of, the Christian life really can be a recognition of having optimistic brokenness, and that you are not, that it's not over. I love this phrase, God's not finished with you yet. And so sometime this week, I'm going to record a lesson. I'm going to send out a link for the Carry Bible app once I get that set up. And then we're looking at possibly doing something on Zoom. It's called Zoom meetings, and maybe do a little get together on there so you guys get to see each other face to face at some point. So love you guys. Praying for you. Again, continue. Just let me know if there's anything I can do for you, talk to you about. We'll be checking in with you guys this week to see how you all are doing. All right. Talk to you soon.